In 2005, I started a net label called Tree Trunk Records. The purpose of Tree Trunk was to focus on fractal and generative music. It included, for the most part, pieces derived from fractal MIDI programs such as QMuse and Gingerbread. In 2018, I started Launch Code, a computer coding class. I soon realized that my coding skills could be used to help with my creative interests. In 2019, I created my first generative audio stream. I used a combination of randomness and a set of embedded audio players. The code selected a set of sounds from pre-created groups and dropped them into the players where they would loop continuously. The early streams were very simple and had limitations. At first, the tracks would not automatically change. The sounds were original and tended to be on the bland side. Although the stream was very minimal and a bit industrial, I was proud of it. Basically, it worked. I created something a bit like music, and it regenerated automatically. Over the ensuing months, I added several new streams, including Endless Dub Radio, Piano Iterations, Beat Butcher Radio, Radio in C, and the Heliades. Each used its own collection of sounds, but functioned similarly, with looping components chosen at random. Radio in C was interesting in that it was an attempt to recreate a classical piece, In C by Terry Riley. The sounds were specific in that they were all in the key of C and tuned to a particular note. The project was open to outside sound contributions. It's easy to hear the development of the stream from a few somewhat gothic piano progressions to an intense, energetic jam. The sounds of musician Matthew Freeman especially added much to Radio in C, in my opinion, though I'm glad and grateful for all contributions. My original stream, Generative Soundscape Radio, continued to evolve. Beats were added, some with breaks and bass lines. Independent artists contributed sets using their own signature sounds. The station developed a steady listenership. Inspired in part by the musical success of Radio in C, I wanted to try a classical environment created from the ground up. Rebecca Hillgrave's amazing voice joined mine in the Heliades, or Daughters of Helios, the Sun. The Heliades was a generative environment that evolved throughout the day. There were 6 periods of the day, and each had its own signature composition and set of progressions. The result was a bit like Eno's Music for Airports, but with a life of its own. I called the Heliades my opus. It attracted lots of attention in the coding community. In April of 2019, I made some pivotal additions to several of the streams. Special sounds were added, such as a recording of Morse code, phonographic recordings, vocoder elements, ping track sounds, and other sounds. Perhaps the most astonishing addition involved a mixture of audio streams. These streams were harvested automatically from the internet every day using my original code. Because the method of harvesting involved key terms, the list of streams is open to change. Every hour, a special code imports MP3s from the URL harvest and drops them into the streams. The streams then acquired an ongoing patter of vocals and other sounds, a mix of streams picked from the Internet Archive, sounds I could neither guess nor know. The stations were outgrowing, in a sense, their creator, and could continue to evolve and change without my help. Both the invention of Tree Trunk in 2005 and my early experiments as a freeform music DJ in the early 90s have culminated with these stations. Using code, I have eventually been able to realize lifelong ambitions, the creation of topical radio streams that mix and populate themselves, and that sound interesting and engaging. I would like to thank both my wife and Launch Code for the opportunity to do so.